Welcome to I Ching Mashup with Michele and Lisa. I'm Michele.
And I'm Lisa. Together we explore the ancient wisdom of the I Ching and mash it up with real modern life, our questions, our challenges, and our breakthroughs.
Take a breath, get curious, and let's see what the hexagrams have to say today.
Hi, everybody. Welcome into I Ching Mashup with Michele and Lisa. We're together. First time in a long time, but first time doing I Ching together.
Yes.
In the same space. So we're in Gulfport, Florida, very cute, artsy community, and we're in a shared workspace, and it's just lovely.
It is. And we're being joined by my good friend, Melissa Scannell, who is a psychedelic-assisted therapist. She's got quite an amazing backstory, Melissa. I would love for you to give just like a synopsis of how you got to where you are doing what you're doing, because you didn't always do it this way.
I grew up in I don't know, corporate America, maybe like working for hospital organizations and helping develop residential treatment centers and then I own my own intensive outpatient joint accredited hospital. And my own traumatic event happened in my life. And so here I am as a trauma therapist, my specialty complex trauma. I have a whole slew of things behind my name, and something traumatic happened in my life. And I found a decorated trauma therapist and was like, oh my God, this doesn't work. Like, is this what I'm doing to my clients? And there was a lot of, oh my God, what do I do? And I sought out a spiritual healer who was like, you need to find your joy. And I'm like, what does that mean? And and at the same time, I had applied a year prior to MAPS for MDMA and training in the United States. And so I'm the last cohort that was trained in the United States with MDMA, and then through them was trained in psilocybin assisted therapy. I'd been working with ketamine therapy for now it's been about 10 years. So like CAPS trained, ketamine as a ketamine assisted therapist. But this other modality switched my whole practice, the way that I created and held space for people, my own homecoming to myself, right? Like the way that it shifted my whole life, basically. And so closed my hospital, and like here I am just in this space, working with others, with teaching them how to use medicine in a way that feels comfortable and safe for them, and in regard to just like harm reduction and safety, you know. Yeah. So feel so honored and grateful, and thank you for allowing me to be here with you ladies today.
Oh
I
my
wish I
gosh.
was there in Florida with you.
I wish you were here. Yeah.
I know. It would have been awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really getting to enjoy getting to know you. And also, I just love how you say how you were able to reconnect with yourself. We chatted a little bit in our pre-chat, and it sounds very shamanic to me. And we were saying, well, we can't assign ourselves shaman, but it makes me think of shamanic journeying and reconnecting with souls that are left in different realms. So the work that you do is so very important, and it feels like it's the right time, especially as we're really feeling in a very acute way, shifting into fire horse season, that people are feeling this weird in between who they were or what they used to know, and then where they are embodying what is next.
Right. Yeah, thinking about what they thought they knew, and now they're like, whoa, like you, wait a minute. I thought that was real, and it's not. And so now you have to kind of reestablish your footing and get your grounding situated so you can ride the horse this coming year.
Yeah,
And that's next week. It starts next week. And I do, is it the 18th or
17th?
17th?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it starts next week. So let's get ready. Let's get our
Yes.
horses saddled up.
I
I
know.
don't think you're going to need spurs for this year. Maybe
No.
more of the bridle and the rein,
Right.
but just to guide and not to slow down.
Yeah,
Right.
so we formed a question, a query for the I Ching, and we'll go ahead and read it. And then, Melissa, we're going to each divine of the I Ching. We'll share with you and the collective that's watching with us, and we'd love for you to chime in your experience, your tools, anything that comes to mind.
Okay. Do you want to read it or
Perfect.
you want me to read it?
Yeah, I'll read it. So the question is, what is the current energy around this transition into Fire Horse year and the new Aries knowing era for the collective? How are we guided to ground, discern, discern truth with a capital T, and embody our spirituality in everyday life as the shift accelerates?
Everyday life. I think
Yes.
that's going to be the key.
Yes.
Yeah,
Knowing-
I think it's like that's like a double loaded question, right? So we're coming out of the snake, the shedding of our skin, the evolvement of everything that's happening, evolving into maybe ideas like, oh, these thoughts, these feelings, these belief systems no longer serve me, right? And so like the expansion around that and shifting into a different way of thinking or a different way of perceiving or experiencing our surroundings. Um, and then you have this other thing, right? Like this momentum, the horse, the creativity, the movement, the trusting in ourselves and being free with that. Or I think about like a horse, I think about our authenticity, like our agency in ourself, us being with ourselves and the momentum behind that. And we're animals that we have been humanized and colonized and taken away from the true essence of ourself. And every animal co-creates with the earth. And here we are, hopefully falling back into an understanding of how to co-create with the earth and all of our surroundings, and how we can manifest and create the things that we want, and using this horse energy and movement to surround us and help us through.
This time reminds me of, do you remember like back in the 90s when those pictures that you would like, they just looked like a bunch of dots and then you'd stare at them and this whole other realm
Yes.
would come into being?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that's what this time is now, because there are some people that see this coming. There are some people that feel it, see it, and they're getting ready for it. And it's like plain as day right in front of their eyeballs. And then there's other people standing there going, what? I don't see it. I don't understand.
Yeah, and they're frustrated.
And they're like, I can't see it.
Why can't
What?
you see
And
it?
you're like, you just gotta relax your eyes. And they're like, the more you tell them that, the more upset they get.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so frustrating. I remember that was me when I was like 11 years old, or around that age. I was like, I
those
can't.
things.
And then once I could, once you see it,
Then you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know,
Right.
it is like a click in your muscles and your eyes almost, that like they have to relax to a certain point, and then this whole other thing, I don't know how it works, but focuses in. But did you get your
I
cards?
did. I'm just looking at my second one. So, as you were talking, Melissa, like just in time, I saw that my first two lines of the hexagram were changing. So I knew it's very much an inner change or ink that's happening right now, very internal. Well, yours are really beautiful. I love that.
Yeah, I got great abundance for my first card that fell.
Yeah, abundance. I love even just the word abundance, right? We don't think about how much
Really
abundance
pretty
we
card,
have.
too.
Ooh, that's pretty also.
I
What's that
always say
one?
this one is called Great Abundance. That's one that
Great
has all
abundance.
the stuff.
Okay.
And then the second one I got is Careful Affection. So the first card is going to pertain to what is the current energy around this transition into the Fire Horse year and the new Aries era of knowing. And then the second one, which is Careful Affection, would be how are we guided to ground and discern truth with a capital T, that what does this say? Truth that I don't know what that word is I wrote, our spirituality in everyday life as this shift continues. So the first part is going to be telling us what's happening right now with this Fire Horse energy, which is great abundance. The second card is going to be addressing what we have to do, how we're guided to discern the truth in this period, because there's going to be a lot of crazy crap coming out, I bet, this year.
Yeah, yeah.
It's going to get wild.
Mine's talking about the energy of steady pace. I feel like that's talking directly to me. It's shifting into creative power. So as you were talking about the manifesting and that. So Melissa, my spirit animal that appeared to me in January, the beginning of the year, is a tortoise. So I've been doing a lot of investigating around steady pace.
Yeah.
Because when I learned about fire horse energy, it's like go, 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 go. I like just want to catapult. But as we've been doing these I Ching readings, it's more, excuse my stomach,
okay.
it's more.
Mine's going to growl.
It's going to talk to you. It's more and more really, and all the signs are encouraging of, okay, contain your energy. Don't just charge reckless abandon forward.
Even though that's what you're probably going to do.
That's what you want to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's about our thoughts, our beliefs. People don't understand that the things that you think become truth in a way, right? And so that is a manifestation. If you think something, you believe it, you put it in your heart, you vibrate it out. That's also then too what we receive, right? We're energy, frequency, vibration, and polarity. And we're actually not our thoughts. Thoughts are just thoughts. They're not all real. But when we have a billion thoughts just coming in and we think we're our mind still, and we just have all of these thoughts, good or bad, we can manifest. It's not always manifesting good things. If we're thinking something negative, then we're bringing that into our energy field, like a spider web, right? Then we have access to that too. And so it's about how too we want to direct our mind, and where we want to focus our energy. That doesn't mean that we can't have negative or lower vibrational experiences happening, but it's where we want to direct our energy and how long we want to spend time on it.
The more you focus on the negative, the more you're going to see the negative. Just like,
oh yeah,
it's just the law of attraction. It's so basic and it's so freaking hard to remember.
It's a constant check. I mean, that's why it's so important to surround yourselves with people that have this awareness that mirror energetically that what you described, but also even as much as we practice this mindfulness, it's an everyday thing for me to, don't go off the cliff towards that negative thinking. What's the way to transmute this, or what's the solution oriented?
What is your first card? Is it 53?
It's 53.
Okay.
So it's called Steady Pace in the Paul O'Brien book, but it's called Developing in the R.L. Wing, which I love this translation too. So we like to mix match several translations. We use some more modern and then a little bit more ancient translations of the I Ching, and hence the mashed up. And the two of us.
What's your second card?
1.
Interesting, because you got 53 and then I got 54 and 55.
Oh, weird.
That was interesting. That's never happened before.
Yeah, that is really
cool. And so 1 is the
we got a
creative.
Yeah, 1 is
this is going to be interesting. Okay.
1 is creative power.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
There's a lot of common themes.
Read your first one.
So an overview of the energy of developing. The time points to a careful and natural unfolding of events. Rapid revolutionary growth is inappropriate now. Boy, it's so hard.
Oh my God.
It is so hard. Age of Aquarius, revolution, period 9, fire horse, all of this, all of the astrological shifts that we've been talking about too. Instead, a deliberate and slow cultivation of the situation is a path to success and good fortune.
Well, that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Only by gradually developing your relationship with the area of your concern can you make the kind of progress you desire. Calmness and adaptability, along with good nature, persistence, will see you through. Oh yeah, although the process seems slow and at times unchallenging, the affairs of power and politics require gradual measures. A step-by-step process in developing your position is a key to success now.
Hmm.
Ooh, there's so much in here.
So the fire horse is going to move fast, but you better have your plan
Yeah.
because if you don't, you'll get trampled on. I don't have a plan. I need to get a plan.
So it also addresses some of what we talked about in our pre-chat. If your social world now offers little in the way of the avant-garde, because we were referencing there's a lot of people that are, pleasantly sleeping or unaware of some elements of nature and forces that are at play right now. It's talking about established social customs and traditional values are the keys to arousing the sentiments of others. So finding those ways to connect with people around us. Um, not,
Nudge them away.
yeah, not in a dictating way, but in a way that relates in a very organic way.
I like to think of it as an invitation, right? It's the invitation to think different, or it's the invitation to bring people into my world versus being in theirs, right? What would it feel like to have that invitation to experience consciousness or experience awareness or experience calmness,
Yeah, that's
especially if
yeah.
that's not what people
Everything you're
typically feel.
saying is 100%
Yeah.
reflected. So really holding firm your inner vision while adapting to those around. You have to keep in mind there's business matters at hand. There's still business that happens in the world.
Right,
We're not
right,
corporate anymore, but we have to
right.
be adaptable and receptive to our social norms and customs and be invitational, as you say. Okay. So this is all good. I think we should shift over because I'm just reiterating what you're going to say.
This one says, so my first card is 55 great abundance. And times of abundance are a sign that life is at a peak and all seems right with the world. It is the greatest opportunity to provide for and support others. So again, kind of going hand in hand there, to be expansive, to celebrate and express gratitude. This experience is not necessarily dependent on bank balances, although it often accompanies an upturn in the healthy, wealthy, and wise side of things. But fundamentally, the feeling of abundance comes from within. It's when your inner landscape is rich and fertile, so full to the point of overflow that you are glad to give because you have so much. There is a smile on your lips, and it's great to be alive. I kind of feel like that's kind of nice. I do kind of feel like that. Abundance is the sweet time of reaping the rewards of work well done. It is the harvest that gathers up all that has been sown and then spreads it out bountifully. So we've been talking about this a lot because last year was the year of the snake and the wood snake, and that was all about slowing down and growth and shedding layers and preparing for the fire horse year. So if you did that work, that is probably how you're feeling right now. You probably are feeling like this is exciting, let's go, not fearful. Um, yeah.
I like this. This line in the R.L. Wing version talks about the inevitable ups and downs will be overshadowed by the endurance of love.
Mhm.
So the sustainability and endurance of love.
This really is all about what you said, Melissa, about supporting others. Like I'm reading more into mine, and it just keeps going back to, you know, this inexhaustible source of riches within your own being.
Mhm.
It enables you to be hearty and warm with a yes to supporting others, yet maintains a centered self-respect with withdrawals whenever it is needed. So it's not just being like my favorite tarot reader calls people like me super saver ho. It's like, get your cake away, super saver ho. You got to have your boundaries. You can't save everybody. And that's what this is talking about. So again, it's all about balance.
Yes.
Right. It's about balance, and it's always about ourself and our relationship with ourself. The most important person ever in your own world is going to and has to be you always. And once we take care of ourselves, then we are unknowingly helping everybody else in our energy field. It can't not happen that way. And so if we
It's exactly
sacrifice
what you
ourselves out, yeah, and help
said.
somebody else, then it takes away from our core purpose and what we're here to do. And not in a selfish way, but in the most loving way.
Yeah, that's exactly what both of these are really about.
Mhm.
It's all about taking care of yourself while helping others at the same time and helping people be prepared for this incoming energy that, people who might get slapped in the face by it or knocked over by
And I
it.
was thinking too is horses and snakes, they really don't get along very well, or at least
No,
horses
no.
hate snakes.
Yeah.
It makes them derail
Yeah.
and freak out. But so I was thinking of that relationship as we're transitioning into fire horse energy and how the striking movements of snakes can be startling and agitating.
Mhm.
And I wanted to look again at the energy of developing. It says, do not attempt to use agitating devices in order to gain a following.
Mm.
Yeah, this is a time for elections rather than revolutions, for promotions and not usurpations. Leaders who hold to righteousness and their duties can now gain a prominent position. In this way, an ordered and productive environment is created.
Somebody better tell the rest of the world that this is not a time to use agitating devices in order to gain followers. 'Cause
Everything is agitating.
everything is agitating right now. Yes. And
Absolutely.
that's part of our truth. Discernment with, truth with a capital T is knowing what is just there to agitate you and what is actually real or what is true.
I would love to, yeah, just even expand that even more. Like, as you were talking about the abundance card, like most of our parents grew up in scarcity mindset, right? Like their parents were in the depression, and it's like, oh, if I give you this, I won't have enough for me. And so we live in this separated out world. And that's a lot of the things on how we were raised and what is true abundance and what is like truly like, how much do we really need? We don't take anything with us, right? Like we can have all of these things, but not one thing comes with us but our experiences. And what do we want as we become ancestors? What do we want the ones who walk after us to have access to? Like, is it fear? Is it greed? Is it whatever? Or is it like love and empathy and compassion and all of these other things that, again, that we're going to in the afterlife, give people access to within ourselves. And so, but I never was sat down and taught like gratitude or truly
Right.
what that was. Like, oh my God, I've made it. Like I have a house, I have a car, I have wonderful children, I have everything I could have ever asked for. But I was always taught like, okay, you get to this level, you go to another level, you go to another level, versus just sitting back and being like, oh my God, I have everything. Like I don't need anything else. Like I'm full. And what does that sitting with that feel like? And how do we get people and teach people or welcome people into that type of thinking that you don't have to keep seeking outside, that it's seeking inside?
Right. And that's what my card says. It flat out says. It's let's see here. I was just reading it. It flat out says that it is fundamentally the feeling of abundance comes from within. So
Yeah.
it's plain and simple, just like the Bible told us.
Mine says it's the zenith of inner awareness. Abundance is also called zenith. And it's a fascinating time for self-discovery. So,
Which makes sense. I mean, a lot of people are procrastinators. Some of us have been preparing for several months for this change of energy, but a lot of people are procrastinators, and there's going to be a lot of people waking up at the last minute. So that's what I think we're going to be needed to help people.
it's just a little bit every day, though. It's not like we're immersively, nose to books studying energy and having these conversations. But I think
I would like that, but I just don't have
we
time.
just don't. But I mean, but just being able to pepper in a little bit of that internal, as you're saying too, Melissa, talking about gratitude and remembering what's really important in life. All it takes is a little bit every day to make great gains. And we're in such a society of like more, faster, 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 not good enough all the time.
Yeah.
So
That's
developing in great abundance.
how it was designed for us. Now we have to break the
Work very
break the
together.
system.
So how about your change lines?
My change lines, these are always hard for me to see. Number 2 is changing. So from the bottom. So in the I Ching, the bottom 3 Okay, so a hexagram, you sure
Yeah,
think it's
this is
bigger.
bigger.
Yeah. A hexagram is a
Just the line.
set of 6 lines, and each one of these
Mm.
threes are either lake, water,
Mhm.
uh,
Earth elements.
earth, yeah. Lake, water, thunder, fire,
Mhm.
those kind of things. And each one of these elements relates to a certain energy. And when you put them together, you get what's called a hexagram.
And it tells a story.
And so right now we're looking at these, what lines change. So it's hard to see, but on my card, in the bottom 3 lines, my line 2 and 3 change. And that's more of an interpersonal energy. And then when you get up to the top 3 lines, that's more of the
Divine intervention.
Yeah. So
Message lesson.
yeah. So my change line is 1 or 2, which is in times of abundance, plots and intrigues are like eclipses of the sun, which only happen occasionally.
Which happens on the 17th, which is Chinese New Year. It's an
Yeah.
eclipse of the sun, isn't it?
It's
Solar.
if it's not, it's close by there. It's right around that. If it's not on the 17th.
Yeah.
It is often best to handle periods of temporary darkness by doing nothing and letting them pass in sync of their own weight. That's kind of what you're talking about, Melissa, as far as the thoughts and what you give attention to. You know, if you enter into this energy and you feel stagnant or you don't know what to do and you're just trying to grasp for any kind of action or any type of thought pattern, it's not going to be beneficial to you. This is saying, take a breather. Don't do anything to this negative energy or these negative thoughts and watch them die on their own. To try to do battle with negative forces at this time would only cause you to stumble. Hold inwardly what is true, and the sunshine will reemerge soon enough. So that's line 2, and then my line 3, right? Did my 3 change?
Yeah.
Okay. A recent success is eclipsed, there's that word again, by a fast-moving element that could snatch the reins from your hands. How interesting. It's talking horse language to me. In the confusion, small-minded or self-serving people may be gaining power, which makes it impossible to accomplish much at present. Though you are not to blame, a time of loss and difficulty may follow, but only for a while.
Yeah.
What do you think that means, Lisa? That to me, it's eclipsed by a fast. So that sounds like there's something big that's going to come in quickly. What are you reading?
So I just looked up the solar eclipse, which happens on Chinese New Year. And it is the new moon annual solar eclipse in Aquarius. And it talks about tightly squaring Uranus. This eclipse forces or accelerates a reevaluation of your community, technology, and personal authenticity. It's referenced as the ring of fire, rapid transformation. It's a North Node eclipse. Ooh, I don't really know, Melissa, you probably know what stellium energy is. It's a multi-planet lineup in Aquarius, and it demands radical long-term decisions. So I think this is going to be really coming in hot.
I think so too.
Yeah. So eclipses always come in twos. They're portals in my world, so
Okay.
portals of
Yeah.
energy that open us up. And if we use that time from one eclipse to another to transmute, to give away, like to any of our belief systems, things we're ready to let go of, right? Like that we're bringing them up. It's a way that we can offer them back to the universe, that they're going to take that energy. And we're not then creating more space in ourselves, like yoga. We're not like creating more space for more flexibility, for more shit. We're creating more space in our body for more love, right? So like we're giving away the fear, we're giving away these old parts of us back into the universe for transmutation, to create more stuff within ourselves that aligns with this person that we want to be becoming or who we are becoming, or that invitation of who we want to be present, in these experiences.
Yeah, you're better than AI. You beat AI on this. It says it's going to bring about uncertainty, expect sudden changes and a feeling of being both wired and tired, affecting career and direction, major shifts in leadership authority and long-term goals, and then the authenticity, personal identity, embracing your inner rebel and live authentically, letting go of the need to conform to quote unquote them.
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 They're the problem.
Them, whoever that is.
They're always the
When we
problem.
find out.
When I find out who they are, it's done.
So is that your line 3 then? That's it?
Yeah, that's line
Interpersonal?
3. Yeah, and then I think the top stayed the same.
Yeah, yours are the same on the top. Okay, so
Mhm.
mine are very much too inner world, interpersonal. So it talks about the bottom line, which positions us as a classic beginner. I think we're all starting over on some level right now.
Mhm.
Criticism is now unavoidable. However, it can be used to your advantage in refining your skills. You can lay down the early foundations for later successes. It's exciting. People don't like to be new at something, certainly not energetically or as groundbreaking as we just described, but this is going to set the stage for how we move through the rest of our life and perhaps even for generations. The second line talks about you're in a secure position. The activities that lie on the road ahead will further consolidate your development. You may feel free to share your good fortune and security with others. So I think this also just kind of harkens back to, and Michele and I have been talking a lot with our friends in the International Feng Shui Guild and what to do in these times of uncertainty and people being flooded with terrible imagery and witnessing a lot of things. The idea of being the light. And it also makes me think of that, the endurance of love. So the polarity from what we're witnessing and being able to still light a candle.
Mhm.
We are pure light. Yeah, we are like the ones who are parents, right? We've held our children, our babies, and we know that they're pure love, and we unknowingly give them fear because we grew up in fear. And this absolutely is the remembrance of our own light, that we're actually our hearts. We vibrate from our hearts, but we've been conditioned to be our mind. I thought I was my brain until I was 38 and then realized like, oh my God, I'm actually my heart. And so how to drop in and embody into that space and act and react from that place versus again, like how we've been conditioned to be. And it's the remembrance absolutely of our light. And once we're in our light space, like then we help others remember their light. Because when they're in our atmosphere, when they're around us, they're like, oh man, I feel good. I feel different. What is that? And it's because they're rekindling themselves. They're remembering, their body is remembering, on a cellular level, what's going on.
There's a great meditation that I listen to. It's a short one. It's a heart brain coherence meditation by Amanda Rose on YouTube. If anybody wants to listen to it, it's wonderful. It really gets
Will
you.
you send it to our chat?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe we'll drop a link for it too with us.
Send it to the chat.
There's like a little hit the bubbles and then share.
To what chat? This chat?
No,
Oh, us.
send
Okay,
it
yes,
to
sorry.
our text and then we can
Yes.
share it. We can share it in the description.
Yes.
So this takes it up a notch just to reinforce that we must remain flexible now. It may be necessary to sidestep difficulties, yield to obstacles, or retreat from danger. These, of course, are only temporary measures. The important thing is to maintain your safety now so that you can develop the conditions for later successes. So, yeah.
That goes well with my change line that said
Oh, yeah.
you got to chill out for a minute. It's going to get dark. Yeah, that's kind of what mine says. Perfect.
Yeah, like hunker down a little
Yeah.
bit. I mean, what do horses do when we were talking in our previous conversations about fire horse energy, how horses run together playfully together, enjoy usually, and I mean, let's set things on fire
Mhm.
and then they're running. But usually when they pick up and run, it's usually because they want to.
Mhm. Fun.
And they usually don't trot off by themselves alone. They're usually with another animal, a person, or other horses. That community spirit, I mean, just that spirit of a horse. Like what do horses do when there's impending danger, fire, storm?
They hunker down.
Yeah.
No, so like it's interesting. So horses, they are prey, right? They're big standing prey and everything. So they have a fear response. Their ears go back and they get like really dialed in. And when the fear is gone, they release their nervous system by and they shake. And so horses, when they get spooked, as soon as the fear is gone, again, they shake out their nervous system. It's a good reminder for us because we,
My dogs do too.
right, every animal does.
German
And again,
Shepherd
we're
that
an
does it.
animal that's just been trained that we're not animals because we've been so humanized in
Mhm.
like, oh, we wear fancy clothes and, whatever, do all the things that we're not attached to the earth. But yeah, so it's a reminder for us that like when something scares us or pulls us out of our presence or whatever that is, it's like for us too to like make sure we're moving it out of our body. The more that we think about it, the more it stores in us in a cellular level versus like if we shake it out or have movement or dance or let it exercise, running, whatever, yoga, whatever it is, right? Like flowing out of us versus it storing inside of us. Again, just like a good remembrance of that with the horse, of how they are taking care of themselves, right? The duality of that, it's okay to be free and run and frolic and if we get afraid, then there are other ways too that we care and nurture for ourselves so we don't store it with us.
Right.
Yeah. That's
And
beautiful.
it is beautiful, and it's good for us to know that because not only can we help ourselves, but we can help others that are going to be coming along that we're being told we got to help others. So
Yeah.
now we know what to tell them.
Yeah.
Shake it out.
Shake it
Yeah.
out. Dance. We got to dance more.
Jingle
Absolutely.
bell
Movement.
Taylor Swift said, shake it out
Movement.
so much. Who knew she was so wise?
What's the forward energy for you?
Mine is a careful affection. Affection is an important part of intimate relationships, but it must be handled carefully to be both satisfying and supportive of each person's self-respect. So this is answering the second part of our question, which is how are we guided to be grounded and discern the truth,
Mhm.
um, and use our spirituality in everyday life
Mhm.
as as the energy accelerates. So
Mhm.
this is saying careful affection. So to overcome challenges and achieve longevity in relationship, you need to remain mindful of extreme feelings of attraction as well as the transitory nature of most relationships. I think it's funny. We always get relationships. So we think we're going to get some kind of like big worldly message, and it's always down to the microscopic relationships, which we have to remember that we it's better to like, what's that saying about raising all the boats? What's that saying?
I have no idea.
The water raises all boats, or I can't remember what it is, but we have to bring everybody with us. Not have to, we have to bring those who want to come with us. We have to reach out to them and form some kind of relationship with people who might be asleep or not aware of what's going on if they have an interest or if their curiosity is piqued. Um, This says, for instance, a married person's secret lover would have the conflicted feelings of affection coupled with insecurity. Relationships that are based on personal attraction, especially those that are unconventional, require special attention and cautious measures to tactful reserve. It is an irony of life that the happiest people are those who have what they want and who want what they have, which goes back to what we were just saying. It all comes from inside. Your abundance, your happiness. You can only be happy on the outside world if you're happy in your inside world. It's easy to make disastrous mistakes when you venture outside of the bounds of propriety. If you assert yourself too much or try to make yourself indispensable, you will invite misfortune. So I think this is again like a gentle leading. Like this might be a fire horse, but some people are going to need gently led out to
Yeah.
frolic in the fun.
And there's lots of shiny objects of distraction, and you were both talking about looking outside of yourself, the tendency for us to look out without around for the answers instead of within ourselves. So if I just have one more this or
Right. Yeah.
distraction, yeah,
Go ahead.
so creative power, I was just reading as you were reading, and this ties it together really very well. It says creative power is nothing less than the detonating device and the evolutionary bomb.
That's all. Just
That's
that's all
all.
it is. It's just a
Wow.
detonator.
That's
Yeah.
all
Right.
it is.
Simple.
Hmm. All activities will now center around your imperatives. You can now catapult yourselves and others into great and significant activity. Direct this new strength wisely. Choose endeavors that will be useful and inspiring to all of humanity. Righteous and worthwhile goals will meet with sublime success. Ooh, interesting.
I like that.
Mhm.
I like the word sublime.
Yeah. Yeah, so it talks a lot about what we were, throughout this whole conversation, talking about how we interact with others and encourage them to lead the way. Um, yeah, bringing your personal desires into accord with the needs of society and thereby creating order and peace. Cast away from yourself all random interferences and unorganized trivia. Use this time wisely and not squander the extraordinary.
That's a weird way. Unorganized trivia. That's so funny.
This is like the lesser modern translation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's interesting. Alert yourself to the intricate signals of the time by being constantly poised for action while maintaining strict discrimination and integrity. Know where your actions will lead. Know when not to act. Such masterful and sagacious awareness is truly the mark of a superior person. Personal relationships will center around you. Or you were talking about the being very authentic and having this presence is very magnetizing. Your family or mate will look to you for leadership. Confidently take the initiative. At the same time, within the self, all growth is accelerated. Develop inner strength by adhering to noble principles and far-reaching objectives. Ignore unimportant or irrelevant considerations. Success is imminent and will not be held off. So this is the most auspicious hexagram to get in a reading, and it's in our forward energy.
So that's really, really nice to hear.
Yeah.
I love that. I was reading I have a different translation, a different book for these cards. And this, I think, is dealing more along the lines with the waking up process and realizing, like you said, we were raised in fear, but we didn't realize it. And our parents didn't realize it. We unknowingly passed it on. And so many things that you wake up to, but it says, let's see here. Let me find the right. Okay. Dealing with feelings of having been used or understanding that you have compromised what is truly important to you requires absolute honesty with yourself. Whatever the circumstances might have been in the beginning of the present cycle, finding out that you've become a pawn in someone else's game is such a rude awakening that it's impossible to ignore or brush aside. And I think a lot of people are waking up and realizing we're seen by them as pawns.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think about it as like, we're all out there building pyramids. We have no idea why, but like every day we wake up, we're like, I'm gonna go help build a pyramid. Like I'm building this pyramid. Like you can't stop me from building the pyramid. Like we think that like we're as humans, like you go to school or you go to work, you like wake up, eat, sleep, repeat, and like that's like what we're here to do. And and is that really like we're the only animal that pays to live on Earth? Like we're the only animal that like is set up in this system doing things these ways and that have been so detached too from like our natural way of living. The only animal that doesn't live in a habitat that's connected to the Earth, right? That doesn't touch the Earth, that's disconnected from the Earth. And so, yeah, I mean, I think that that there's going to be more and more awareness around like too people's experiences. Like, am I happy? Am I, is this fulfilling me? Like, is this what my life's purpose was?
Yeah.
And I think those are the things that then begin to like really shift and change. And especially too with this younger generation, like they don't want to slave and work. They don't.
Right.
They want to like live
They
and like
don't.
work as needed.
And they don't slave and work.
They'd rather live in a van down by the river. Or
I know. Like good for them. Everyone's always like, oh, them. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm jealous of them. Right. I'm like, way to go, guys. Like, do it. Like, do all the
I
things.
love how young people quit in the corporate world.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
makes me so happy and proud.
Right. They're like, we're not doing this. They're like, you guys, yeah, you guys are crazy. Like, you working all the time and like, not enjoying. And, and I think it's different. Like, me being in the Midwest, it's like you can feel the heaviness. Like, you fly anywhere, and when you're flying home, you can feel like the way that the framework of like being like the iron workers or the millwrights or the railroad, like that, where that comes from versus like on the East Coast or the West Coast or
Mhm.
other places where you're experiencing more, you're outside more, you're having more of a balanced life. Where again, in the Midwest, it's so much more centered around work and overtime and how much production and how efficient you are. And so yeah, some of that is interesting too as this begins to like unfold also.
There is something to be said. I grew up in Eastern Ohio in a steel town, and all of my family worked in steel mills or coal mines or the coke plant or something. And they loved their overtime. But what was great about them is when they were done with work, they were done with work. They could enjoy themselves. They didn't have to think about anything till they went back to work. So it was it's kind of a give and take, I guess, because like when I'm selling real estate, it's 24/7. Like you don't ever take a break. So at least those hourly workers do have a way of decompressing afterwards, hopefully. But I think we are definitely on the cusp of major
Mhm.
changes. I'm super excited. Like I'm so excited to see more and more people wake up to the beauty that is inside of
It's gonna
them.
be uncomfortable though. I mean, I was thinking about, as you were talking about movement and how we've gotten away from that. And a lot of my friends still in the corporate world are, even if they are remote workers, are chained to their desks,
Yep.
moving a mouse, like doing nothing for
Mhm.
10 hours a day, sitting around waiting for a meeting at their computer and not going outside and touching grass or
I think this is a line that I think a lot of people are going to be dealing with lately, or not lately. That's what I've been dealing with lately, but it's what other people are going to be dealing with very soon. One of the most painful aspects of facing the truth is that you risk finding out that you have sold yourself short by entering into agreements that in no way reflect what you really want or need, and it seems either difficult or impossible to get out of them now. That's a that is a rude awakening, just like it says. Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's about understanding that like there is no boxes. The only person who can put a box around you is you,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
there's truly no boxes ever. But again, that's not how we're taught or how we're raised or how our school system, conditions our children also, right? That there are all these boxes. And so I think too, it's not about, for me, it's always about love and compassion versus like any sort of fear or regret or whatever resentment of the situation. It's more like, wow, at that moment, those are the only tools that I had. And like I was surviving and doing the best that I could. And now I have more access to different tools. And I needed all of those things for me to be exactly where I'm at. Because we think about those things and the boxes that kept us in one place and have resentment towards it, then it's going to keep pulling us back into those old versions of us versus allowing us to be free in a different way, you know?
being free is so scary though. So I had this little cat. He ended up being deaf and blind before he died, a little white cat. And I got him from a little box in a pet store, but he was so cute and silly. I took him home. And when I finally, I didn't, I always let my cats be indoor, outdoor cats. And when I took him outside, he was so frightened of the expansiveness of the world that he put his ear down to the earth and screamed and passed out
Oh, poor baby.
because there wasn't a little box to hold him anymore. He didn't even want to play because it was so frightening
Mhm.
and so
That's
expansive.
how a lot of people are,
Mhm.
especially when you do wake up to the realization, to understanding that.
And never even knowing there's a sky.
Yes. Yeah.
There's not a ceiling.
This
Right.
this card number 54 that I got in my other translation is called the Marrying Maiden, which I think is kind of interesting, but it's all about waking up to your authentic truth and realizing that you have been basically programmed or coerced into certain ways of being or acting or doing or loving and they compromise your own integrity, your inner truth. And it's recommending that the only way to get out of that energy of feeling compromised or feeling slighted or tricked or duped is to sit with that feeling. Like literally sit with it and go, okay, what was my part in this? Whether I knew what I was doing or not, I still played a role in this. And that's really the only way we're going to move into this next energy. You can't take all this baggage and all these hurt feelings with you into the fire horse year and expect it to be phenomenal, right? You're the therapist. Expand on that, Melissa.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, I call it like our shadow self, right? Like our shadow pieces, our shadow parts, the unevolved parts of us that want to be seen and heard and felt and experienced in this other aspect of us, like the healed aspect, the aspect of love. And so how do we, yeah, like have the balance and create the space that both can be there and both are okay. And it's about, again, us learning how to be in this moment. The only moment that matters is this moment that we're co-creating right now. Like nothing else is truly real. It's like that illusion that we bring with us because we were trained and conditioned to bring with us in our program. And so this is about breaking the program, like, because there is no program, right? Like, this is about us understand that we're not our bodies. We're a soul in a body, like we're a soul in a vessel, and how to move through life that way. And again, nothing that I was ever taught as a kid, something that I acquired just through my own practice, right? Of like working with myself in consciousness and awareness of like how to manage through these things and how do I want to be received, not just it's more or less with my children, right? Like my children were my greatest guides back home to myself. Like, how do I offer them everything that for them to be able to walk this path without the things that I had to walk, right? And and using the things around us to bring us home, you know. I don't know if
Yeah,
that really answered your
it's
question.
beautiful.
It's a
No,
roundabout.
that's beautiful.
To the question,
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I do know, Melissa, I'm going to send you a link and I'll also share the link in the description too. But I have a friend, Dr. Miriam, that's doing these teachings that are once a month that are really relevant to what you're talking about. And her knowledge is that this year is supposed to be a year where, what is it called? What does she call
The
it?
monad. The monad?
Yeah,
M-O-N-A?
Manad,
Oh, yeah,
M-O-N-A-D, Manad is how she
that's how
says
she
it.
says it. She's got a
But
good accent though.
yeah, it's this waking up of the world that to realize, as you said, as you woke up many years ago, that our knowing really comes from our hearts and not our heads. And that's the energetic return. And that's where there's the connectedness to everyone. So every 13th of the month, she's doing these talks and they're recorded. So if I send it to you
Yeah.
and you can't make it, she'll send you the recording. But yeah, I think it's all related. And I feel like such a calling to connect people.
The definition, like the technical definition of monad, is the ultimate, indivisible, divine source or one, the fundamental unit from which all reality emanates, often seen as an individual spark of the infinite within each being, or the singular origin of consciousness and existence in Gnostic and esoteric traditions, distinct from but not connected to the supreme source. That's going to take some diving into. It signifies wholeness, perfection, and the eternal divine essence that is both everything and nothing, the radiant ray from the sun of all creation. Yeah. So,
Well, I'm so glad we have these conversations because I really do think that if I did have these conversations, that a lot would not be processed. And I hope that whoever finds us, that these conversations resonate. They might not be perfect, but they're very honest and very real and very organic and unscripted. And it's no denying that this mashing up of energy, divination, and lived experiences tells a very important and timely story.
right. And the fact that they're unscripted and just come out as they are, I mean, I feel like anything that's overproduced or over prettified, I don't know. I just always take it with a grain of salt.
I can't relate.
But anyway,
but these are really wonderful sessions for us. I hope that you've enjoyed hanging out with us in this way.
I do. This has been great. I love it. Yes, absolutely. Anytime. I would love
We would love to have you come back, be a regular.
Yes, for sure. Definitely. I'll bring out my own cards and we'll kind of,
let's do it.
Please do.
Yeah.
Yeah, please pull some cards and I'll be visiting up there very soon. So I'll make it a point to connect.
Yes,
This
definitely.
year.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful.
Anyway, but thank you for hanging out
Thank
with us.
you. Thank
We'll
you for having me.
We'll let you return about your day. Any final words of wisdom that you would like to share with whoever is joining us?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's like this is about stages and layers, and every stage and layer is important, and continue to trust yourself. And this is about finding ourselves in love and being our own best friend. And and there are people who are here willing to like create a safe space and help walk other people home. And you don't have to do this alone. There are communities out there, that are talking about this stuff, sharing about this stuff, and want to embrace others who are on this journey. So no one has to be alone.
So many chills when you were talking.
No one has to be alone. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, in a world where so many people feel isolated and lonely. And it's such a gift to have this connectivity, even through these types of Zoom meetings. And there is a blessing in that. There's, the polarity, the good and the bad, right? But, the blessing is finding these connections and conversations and bringing awareness to people. I love that, for anyone that feels alone.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Melissa.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, ladies, for having me.
We'll send you we'll publish this and also send you so you can have for yourself this message. And we hope that whoever joined us got as much from this session as we did. And I feel like that was worth everything today. So I hope it was for everyone who joined us. You can follow in the link for the description. All the links that we talked about will be there. So you can find us and connect with Melissa. And we will see you again next time.
Next week, yeah.
Wonderful.
And you next time, whatever that
Absolutely.
is.
Love it. All right.
Send us some dates when you're open.
Yes.
Okay. I can do that. I would love that. All right.
All right.
Awesome. Have a magical rest of your day.
You too.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us on I Ching Mashup with Michele and Lisa. If today's conversation sparked something in you, sit with it, journal on it, or pull your own hexagram and see what answers arise. Until next time, keep listening for the wisdom beneath the noise. We're Michele and Lisa, and we'll see you in the next mashup.